Comrades and friends, as President of Syriza and on behalf of each and every member and friend of Greece's left, I am sending you this message of support and solidarity with the political initiative of the Austrian left to unite. It is a message of support and solidarity with the Communist Party of Austria, the Pirates and their Vandal. Solidarity with that bright unity of hope with Europe different. This is a new start not only for the progressive forces in Austria to the benefit of the Austrian people. It is a new start for the progressive forces in Europe to the benefit of all of us. And this is why the left exists, to unite, not to divide people. And it cannot unite the people if it does not unite itself and combine with all progressive forces. When we unite, we don't simply add forces. We multiply forces. We multiply impact. This is exactly what we need now, because we cannot change our countries while Europe is forced to wear the neoliberal straitjacket. Change is dialectic at home and in Europe. And it is clear, this is not our Europe. This is the Europe of the neoliberal consensus. This is the Europe of the European People's Party and the alliance of liberals and of the leadership of the European Socialist Party. This is only the Europe we want to change. In place of a Europe of fear and unemployment and poverty. In the place of the current Europe that redistributes income to the rich and fear to the poor. In place of a Europe in the service of bankers' needs. We want a Europe in the service of human needs. We want a Europe which is different. We can have a different Europe. We want to refound Europe on a democratic, social and ecological basis. But democracy is the priority, because Europe will not be either social or ecological if it's not democratic. And if it's not democratic, it will alienate its citizens as it does today. Because at this critical point of time, the European Union has decayed into an oligarchic and anti-democratic fabric in the service of bankers, multinationals and the super rich. Democracy in Europe is in retreat. And there is no doubt that we should end austerity to regain democracy. And democracy will either be European or will not be at all. But for democracy to be meaningful and not an empty shell, it has to encompass the rights of those who are left behind. The poor, the unemployment, the low wage and low pensioners. It also has to encompass the other half of the sky, the young and the women, because a feminist Europe of the young is more than a strategic objective. It is an everyday practice. The European left guarantees free access to the public goods of education at all levels, research, culture and new technologies. The European left sides with women in their struggle for self-determination and against the criminalization of abortion. Comrades and friends, at the period of rise of the extreme right, xenophobia and racism, at the period when freedom parties are often the facade for organized right-wing extreme and criminal action, while in Greece the Golden Dawn remains the symbol of modern Nazism, it is hugely important that the European Union is seen as something more than a regulatory institution, that it's seen as a deeply political and cultural union. But this direction needs imagination, courage, and determination. The old powers that ruled Europe cannot do it. We need the new spirit of fight and solidarity that we show and still see in the streets and squares of Europe and the world. This new spirit, a new political cultural, should replace the wrong and failed dogma of neoliberalism with hope. This is the left. This is us. The hope for change in Europe. Comrades and friends, neoliberalism is neither a natural phenomenon, nor is it invisible. We can make May 2025 the day of the people, the day of the left. We can make May 25 the landmark of a different Europe. We can make May 25 the day of hope for Europe, the day of hope for European people. Thank you and good luck in your initiatives.